I'm just reading news about Donald Trump. Considering, well, how can I put this? He's actually failing as the first president in history, all because his pledge was to make Mexico pay for the wall. Former president and current president of Mexico have actually came out and told Trump to go get effed, and that they're not paying for his effing wall. The reason why, and Trump's actually shut down the government, well, 25% of the government, because he wants funding for his wall to come from you, the taxpayer, the American taxpayer, I should say, which is about $30 billion. So that's an extra, what? Carry the 1, carry the 5 after that. That's roughly about $1,000 to $1,200 US in taxes that you will have to pay. And that is actually not very good at all for anyone, including those who are already at the poverty line or nearly there and are trying to make ends meet, like those with student loans and those who are in between work but have to live off their superannuation and everything else. 5 hours ago from the ABC, Nancy Pelosi elected speakers Democrats hope to end the shutdown with nothing for Donald Trump's border wall. Seriously, if you've actually seen the prototypes for his wall and the completed one, it's not that very hard to actually place C4 or TNT at the base and just blow the damn thing to Kingdom Come and such. And I'm actually cleaning my glasses. President Trump burns CNN, Fox News. That was from Washington Post. Donald Trump reacts to Nancy Pelosi elected as House Speaker. Well, we all know what he thinks of her. Though she's actually the best choice for the Speaker. Trump pledges to work with Democrats, but demands his wall. That's, not going to end very well. For some reason. These are some of the tweets on the day of Pelosi ascent again to the speakership. President Trump enters the room at the White House with Border Patrol agents. He briefly tips his hat to Pelosi, then reiterates his call for a border wall, no news on his shutdown position, and he didn't take questions. Now that's just bad leadership. Like, really bad leadership. Paul Kogan, everyone's focused on the political news, as they should be, but there's some important economic news too, and not just the market having another fainting spell. The Australian dollar is actually below 70%, well, 70 cents US, which is actually stupid, really. It's becoming clear that the Trump boom, such it was, is over. Yes, the Trump boom is actually over, and I'm still having problems with my glasses for some reason. Shane Camp, this is 2 minutes ago. Wingnut to the judgment-in-chief of Trump's entourage. They might as well apply for official cabinet positions and let the next wave of indictment begin. With double question mark. That was from Shane Camp. There's video. Trump holds a surprise press briefing with Border Patrol agents to discuss need for border wall. Congratulates House Speaker Pelosi. And there was something from 2 hours ago where you could actually watch live watch President Donald Trump's press secretary, Sarah Sanders, who is a complete and utter idiot, I might add, considering she's swallowing all Donald Trump's lies left, right, and center, along with not being fired. Well, we know whose private pay list she's on. It's like everyone's saying, oh, Donald Trump has done a good job and such. No, he hasn't done a good job. If you remember his first decree, the ban on like traveling and non-traveling from Muslim countries. That's actually against human rights charter itself. There's a news story from CNN edition, CNN.com, politics, Donald Trump's, which is Trump's totally bizarre cabinet meeting, 36 wackiest lines from Donald himself. Okay, I'm actually gonna put that in the comments down, not the comments, the description down below. Donald Trump reacts to Nancy Pelosi's elected as House Speaker. Yeah, nah. From 21 Hours, why Melania's New Year's selfie was so unusual. You will have to actually watch that one, and you will have to look it up. Opinion President Trump burns CNN, Fox News. This is from Washington Post. Again, he's spouting fake news media and everything else, which, let me just put it this way. If Donald Trump says fake news about Fox News, CNN, and everything else, then they must be reporting real news, because Trump's putting out fake news on his fake news websites, and you can probably see my iPad in my glasses. Donald Trump and Malcolm Turnbull's phone call. No, that's from like 2 years ago, when Malcolm Turnbull was Prime Minister of Australia. Malcolm Turnbull is not Prime Minister of Australia anymore. We have a douchebag of a Prime Minister now called Scott Morrison. In other words, Scott Mo. Latest Trump, Russia, and Mueller investigation news today? No. That's about it. There's also other things on YouTube and such that you can watch. You can also look all this up as well. Let's see. First line. I've heard numbers as high as 275 billion we lose on illegal immigration. Not really. So away we go. This is from CNN Politics. Number 2 is, and you know it's not all about the rich countries, because the rich countries really do take advantage of us because they pay a very small percentage of their military and they cheat on trade. So much stem of consciousness, so little time. Not really. You see, America is the world's biggest military might, along next to Russia. Australia's not even close. Europe, it's joint country chiefs and such, so they make up a bulk. India and such, not so much spending, as they're actually focusing on trying to get crime down, rather than, let's put the military first, and such. Number 3 is, there's some horrible things going on in the world, and we want to help people. Worth noting, that is, considering despite the CIA concluding that the Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman was personally involved in the murder of the journalist Demi Khashoggi at a Saudi consulate in Istanbul, Trump has said no one can know the truth. And even if we did know the truth, it wouldn't be worth risking our financial relationship with Saudi Arabia. So, whoa, hold on, that just rang alarm bells. Donald Trump's tower, a number of floors are owned by Saudi Arabians. That alone, my dear viewers, means that Donald Trump is still getting paid by Saudi Arabia to host those Saudi Arabia officials and such in Trump Tower. That's also a cause of, violation of being nominated for president and presidential laws, along with impeachment, if it's true. Number 4, when they say I'm not popular in Europe, I shouldn't be popular in Europe. Trump's not popular anywhere. Simple as that. He's complete idiot. And plus he, let's say, simply does not believe in the coalition built in the aftermath of World War II. God rest those soldiers and loved ones and family that have been lost in World War I, World War II, and everywhere else, including in the 9/11 bombings and where else has happened throughout the history. Number 5 is I don't care about Europe. Well, we can see number 4 anyway about that. Number 6 is I know every angle. No, he does not know every single angle. Considering that if he knew every single angle, he'd be danger. He'd be a dangerous man. Considering he's already a dangerous man already in the White House, whose IQ is lower than what Bill Gates' IQ is, and actually my IQ sits at the same percentage as Bill Gates, 160.9. So let that be a lesson. Always do IQ tests to see what your IQ is. You may be smarter than what you think you are. Number 7, I could be the most popular person in Europe. I could be. I could run for any office if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So, Trump's actually saying he wants to run for office in Europe? That's a big no. Considering that if you want to run for office in Europe, you have to have family from Europe, which Melania isn't. She's Ukraine, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Donald Trump can't really run for office. I mean, have a look at his campaign. It's full of lies. Lies, false news, everything. The scandals as well. Like the paying off the porn star, the paying off those who actually can inundate Trump as a sexual predator. He paid them off to keep quiet. That's actually, how can I say, violation of a presidential nominee's form and laws. Number 8, I mean, I could give you an example where I get along very well with India and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but he's currently telling me he built a library in Afghanistan. Okay. India was not pleased with that taunt, as it were. And you can actually see that on, if you actually look up India not pleased with Donald Trump as a search. Number 9, we're supposed to say, oh, thank you for the library. I don't know who's using it in Afghanistan, but one of those things. So Trump believes a library in Afghanistan is pointless because it's in Afghanistan and therefore people won't use it. But we do know he's not the fucking, excuse the French there, brightest tool in the damn shed. Number 10, and look, I endorse, he's endorsing Mitt Romney here, or Romney, I should say. He thanked me very profusely and was very nice. Yeah, it's a good dig by Trump, highlighting the fact that Romney is speaking out against him only now that the political risks for doing so are tiny, very, very small, like small, like the size of your eyeball, really. Number 11, we've got the greatest tax cuts ever. No, not really. Sorry. It's sort of hard to qualify greatest, but Trump has repeatedly said that his tax cut was the largest in history. It's not. Sorry. I'm sorry. That tax cut is not really the biggest one in history. And like I said, I'll post this in the description. The deductible is so high, unless you get hit by a tractor, you can't even use them. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Can my American viewers please, or those who actually do find this video and you just heard me read number 12, can you put down in the comments below, where do people get hit by a tractor? I want to know this. I want to know this. Seriously. Donald Trump has said the deductible is so high unless you get hit by a tractor. You can't even use them. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. In Australia, we have tractors. Yes, there have been accidents on tractors and such, but it's mainly due to human error. Number 13. I have great popularity in Utah. That's the sound of silence I'm hearing. Considering those that have seen President Trump's approval rating drop further than Utah. New poll shows that. Number 14, President Obama fired him, and essentially, so did I. I want results. This is talking about Defense Secretary James Mattis. He's not talking about him actually having Mattis resign in protest in the wake of Trump's decision to pull US troops out of Syria. Trump didn't essentially fire him at all. So that's a lie. That's a straight up lie, straight to the American people, and straight to the world. 15, Russia used to be the Soviet Union. Afghanistan made it Russia because they went bankrupt fighting in Afghanistan and Russia. Looks... I don't think so. Because they put... Looks, I've seen Spies Like Us. I know about Russia and the Soviet Union and all that. If you want to know about Russia and the Soviet Union, go back to the Cold War along with history as well. Vladimir Putin's actually the good thing for Russia at the moment. Though, if someone actually does do better than Vladimir Putin better come out on top. 16, the problem is it was a tough fight and literally they went bankrupt. They went into being called Russia again as opposed to the Soviet Union. Now, a lot of these places you're reading about now are no longer a part of Russia because of Afghanistan. Not really. It's impossible to overstate how little sense this makes and how historically incorrect it is. Donald Trump doesn't care about history. He only cares about himself, his history, and how he's going to do it. And that also leads me back to Donald Trump's tweets, which are historically incorrect. I mean, for someone my IQ and Bill Gates' IQ and everyone else who actually read it, was like, oh yeah, well, those who actually haven't studied history and such, or have actually read about it, going, oh yeah, that's true, and it's like, then you get people saying, no, that's not true, because this happened, then this happened, and then this happened. And then it's a full-blown, historically inaccurate war against what Donald Trump has said and what is actually true. So I think I've been a good general, but who knows? No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Donald Trump is a good general-in-chief? No. Pulling troops out of Syria. Well, you just created a vacuum for more terrorists, Donald Trump. You are very stupid on doing that. Saying he's a good general? No. Have a look at these decrees and such. The travel ban to Muslim countries and such. I'm gonna get a wall built and Mexico's gonna pay. No. Like I said, Mexico told Trump to go to F off and everything else. They're not paying for a wall. They're not even gonna give Donald Trump one single peso. Number 18, we're talking about sand and death. That's what we're talking about. The President of the United States offers his thoughts on Syria. There was one thing in Syria that I wanted to go to, and it was on my bucket list, and I had to cross it off because it was destroyed by terrorists. It was very unique ruins and everything else in Syria, but they were destroyed by terrorists. So I had to cross that off my bucket list. 19. Now the Kurds. It's very interesting. Turkey doesn't like them either. Doesn't like them. Other people do. The Kurds, some people say they are great. Some say they aren't. We may never know that because I have no idea if they are great or not. I mean, I have nothing against them. They're only fighting for their country, like everyone else is. Unlike terrorists who say Allah is great when Allah is not a god. That Book of Allah is nothing but a prophecy book written by Allah hundreds, thousands of years ago. Who knows? And I'm not taking a stab at Muslims or anything. That's just my thought. That's just my view. If anyone disagrees with that, that's fine. We can agree to disagree. Simple as that. Number 20. I had a meeting at Pentagon, I should say, with lots of generals. They were like a movie. Better looking than Tom Cruise and stronger, and I had more generals than I've ever seen. Wow. Is Donald Trump hiring for a new movie? I mean, let me in on this. Seriously. All of life is a casting call for Trump. These generals were good because they were good looking and strong. Even more than Tom Cruise. Donald Trump's not good looking, plus he's the most oldest president to actually hold office. Not to mention, he's completely stupid. '21. I said, this is the greatest room I've ever seen. I saw more computer boards than I think that they make today. Computer boards? What's Donald Trump talking about here? Can anyone please put in the comments below what does Donald Trump mean by number 21? Because if he was talking about the supercomputer, okay, I understand that, but if he's talking about something else, I have no idea what that means. 22, Iran is pulling out of Syria. They can do whatever they want. They're friendly, but they're pulling people out. I think Israel likely will be interested in hearing more about this because I don't think they're pulling out of Syria, considering that isn't Syria part of Iran or something? I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look that up myself. We're getting out. This is number 23. We're getting out and we're getting out smart and we're winning. We're winning, okay? I don't think you're winning. The war on terrorists is like World War III or something, unless you include trade. Unless you think of Donald Trump's trade war as World War III, which is an economy war, where Donald Trump wants more money for US, for America, so he can tell every other country to go get effed. That's how Donald Trump sees it. He wants more money. He wants the moolah. So America doesn't have to pay for nothing. What about the debts? Australia has a debt done by the Liberal Party, by the Australian Liberal Party, and that's actually proven because when Tony Abbott actually took office, he went to the Australian Taxation Office, paid money to actually keep the book shut and not be seen by the public, or the light of day. So we don't know how much the Australian Liberal Party is actually costing Australia. Some say it's 23.4 trillion. Me, I'm saying it's about 36.5 trillion. I never saw anything so beautiful in my life. What's Donald Trump talking about here? The birth of his child, his bride on their wedding day. He's talking about the House vote for $5 billion in war funding in late December. That's $5 billion. Yeah, it's going to cost $30 billion. And then it's going to cost... this is why I can't stand Donald Trump. I want to go to America. I want to go to Disneyland. I want to go and work in America for a bit before moving on to Japan and such. Donald Trump, at the moment, is a complete jackass who doesn't know anything. And I just plug the power supply or power cord for my iPod Touch in, so it doesn't actually run out of power. 25. Can you imagine me having that power? Wouldn't that be scary? Trump is referring here to President Obama's decision to create the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, which is the DACA, essentially allowing children brought into the country illegally to remain without fear of deportation. But man, oh man, that quote out of context is really something. So Donald Trump actually wants to close down DACA, considering most of those children who were brought into America illegally now have actual citizenship status. And he wants to deport them, considering that A, they're in high positions and working and paying taxes, I might add. He wants them gone. I'm sorry, but that's a no for me. 26 could be a long time. It could be quickly. Could be a long time. Is that the government shutdown he's talking about? Or the full government shutdown instead of the 25% of it being shut down? 27, it's a big house except for all the guys out on the lawn with machine guns. Nicest machine guns I've ever seen. Anyone talking about Secret Service that protect the White House, Trump has to exaggerate. Exaggerate, seriously. Those weren't just machine guns. They were the nicest machine guns. Would Donald Trump actually like to have a machine gun shoved right in his face and say, here, is this a nice machine gun or not? The White House may be big, but mansion-wise / everything, I've seen bigger on Google Maps and such. I can even type in, what is the biggest house? And I'm just having a drink of my Barista Brothers Double Espresso. It's actually very nice, and it's actually made in Australia. 28, I was waving to them. I never saw so many guns. That was 28. That was 27. Donald Trump. The double comment. Many people are saying it was the most beautiful machine guns ever used in one place. That's kind of like number 27, ain't it? Very stupid of him. 29, Secret Service and military, these are great people, and they don't play games. They don't, wave, they don't even smile. Secret Service. Not big wavers. Also, anti-smiling. Because they're on duty and they can't smile. When they're off duty, they can. You're like, oh, thank God I'm off duty. I'm going for that drink. You're back on duty now. Damn it! So, yeah. 30. Look. When they say the wall's immoral, well, then you got to do something about the Vatican, because the Vatican has the biggest wall of all. Does the Vatican even have a big wall? It's not the first time. Bizarrely, this is not the first time Trump or a top aide has attacked the Vatican for its wall. Back in 2016, Trump's aide, Dan Scenario, tweeted that the Pope was a hypocrite on immigration because Vatican City was surrounded by massive walls. As CNN's Daniel Buke wrote at the time, yes, the Vatican does have walls, and some are quite large, but anyone can stroll through the Pope's front yard, which is St. Peter's Square, at nearly any time. You want the biggest wall? Great Wall of China. That's the biggest wall. But when look at all the countries that have walls and they work 100%. Alright. Let's back up here. Okay, so according to Trump, any country with a wall around its borders is totally and completely impenetrable to outsiders. As you know, it has ever breached a wall. It can't be breached unless one side has an ice dragon. Ooh, Game of Thrones reference there. I'm gonna have to watch that one. I'm gonna have to watch that episode, because that episode was off the chain and crisply good. 32, I could have had a lot easier presidency by doing nothing. Golf club! Oh, sorry, did I sneeze golf club then? Yes, that's golf club. How many times has Donald Trump gone to his own golf club? Let's have a look. Let's look that up, shall we? Okay, Google, how many times has Donald Trump gone to his golf club? Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Hey, Google. Hey, Google. Seriously, phones. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. When has Donald... Okay, Google. Okay, Google. No. Okay. Donald Trump has gone 167 times. That is far greater than any American president has ever been to a golf course. Because Donald Trump's like, oh, I'm bored. I'm going to my golf course. I'm taking time off. I'm going to my golf course. If you're elected president, you have to work, not say, I'm just going to go to my golf course. Because by saying you're going to go to your golf course to play a round of golf or two, or maybe 3 or 4, considering he actually has it closed and he has it all to himself, which I can also add, he's not allowed to go to any golf course that has his name on it. That is in direct violation of presidential law and can be seen as an impeachment. Number 33. People see that gasoline is way down, and the reason it's way down is because I called up some of the OPEC people. That isn't the reason, in narrator voice. 34. I mean, I got rid of. I wouldn't say God. They say they were retiring. An amazing and overlooked moment when what would happen if Romney didn't get on board with him. Trump cited that retirements of GPO Senators Bob Corker and Jeff Flake, threatening that Romney would find himself in the same position if he kept crossing Trump. Like Bob Moss. Yeah. No. So Donald Trump actually thinks he's a mob boss and such now. Interesting development here. Considering if Donald Trump is, or can be classified as a mob boss, he wouldn't be president. because he would be impeached and he would actually go out in a blaze of glory of guns firing. Not to mention his children would also be integrated into jail as well for life. His current wife would be actually kicked out of America, and it actually states in presidential law the first lady must be American born, not American citizen. She has to be American born. So Melania Trump's actually breaking that law. 35. So Jeff Flake is now selling real estate or whatever he's doing. Is Jeff Flake really selling real estate? I have no idea, because it goes on. I'm not sure where Trump got the idea Flake is going to sell real estate as his post-Senate career. To the best of their research, or best of their searching, Flake has announced what he's going to do after leaving the Senate. Also, isn't real estate what Trump did his professional life prior to 2016? And let's face it, Donald Trump said his company's worth billions. Like tens of billions of dollars and such. Nah. Forbes actually puts Trump at 4.5 billion and going down very fast on a sinking ship, along with his companies as well. Oh, and that brings me to Trump's foundation, which has actually been closed. As in completely closed, because it was found to be Donald Trump's own little private piggy bank. Know all those paintings that Donald Trump brought? Yeah, paid for by that foundation itself. And last and not least, number 36, I will tell you, we have some great Republicans, and if you look at the way they're standing up for border security, you'd be very proud of them if you're a Republican, or if you're a person that loves our nation. So, love a nation equals shutting down the government to secure $5 billion to build a border wall. This feels like a good place to end. Seriously. All Donald Trump thinks about is border wall. He wants his border wall. He doesn't care about the economy in America. He doesn't care about the people of America. He only cares about one thing, and that's his middle fucking man downstairs. He's thinking with that, not he. He's thinking with the man downstairs. He's thinking how to screw over the American people. That is his plan. And I can say that because if you look back at history, the only place that was selling his frickin' drink, his liquor, was Iran. He was making money in Iran. And it's actually proven. Donald Trump's board game, Trump, failed. It failed completely. The marketing for it. It was there. It was there. And no one wanted it. Seriously, no one wanted it. It's like, game. Try a 15-ton shuttle just crushing it. Like, literally crushing it. It's like Trump, the board game. Actually, I can bring that up. And I can bring this up. That's it. That is it. That is the board game. The most shittest board game ever. Actually, that's a better view. The most shittest board game ever. And I'm holding the volume. The most shittest board game to ever grace shelves And it's like, why would you want... Here. Why would you want that ugly mug on a blade name instruction booklet or rule book? Seriously, that is an ugly mug. I mean, oh my god. If you guys can see this, his freaking faces on the notes, on the cards here. These look like they were from Sorry, which is another game, I might add, which is from Hasbro or Mattel. These, what the hell are these? Seriously, what the freaking hell are these things? And these, what the hell? And to give you an idea of the board itself, look at the ugly mugs here. Seriously, who wants ugly mugs? I have to bring it up. Who wants these ugly mugs? Who wants these ugly mugs right here on any board game or instruction booklet? I mean, I can go on, what, eBay. Let's see. First edition rare. Wow, it's actually going for $80 with and this is from 1989. Price $200. All because he's president. No, sorry. I already paid $27, brand new, for Monopoly Star Trek. Or $15 for 1990s mint in box Battleship. Ooh. Star Trek Klingon. I already paid that price. I already paid the $44 for it. Or the brand new Hasbro Electronic Battleship game Lights and Sound. Or the 2002 Milton Bradley game for the Battleship Star Wars. I mean, I already paid the $65 for a used 1989 Milton Bradley Electronic Talking Battleship game. And I already paid for that vintage James Bond game, which is 1965, which is James Bond 007 board game by Milton Bradley. I already paid the price for that. Because I was handed straight to me dad, say, "Here, Dad, here's your Christmas present. James Bond 007 board game." You're probably going to say, "What do I want this for?" You'll open it up. "Oh, it's James Bond." Alright, okay. I'll take that. Anyway, I'm going to end the video. I'll catch us all next time. I'm not even going to do my outro for this video because it's hot, it's tiring, and Donald Trump is a complete and utter idiot. So until next video, which I don't know when will be, but I hope everyone is staying safe, warm, or cool, or out of the heat, out of the cold, and having an enjoyable day, morning, afternoon, evening, or anywhere else. So I'll see you all next video, and good luck with anything you're about to be doing.